Today we're going to review our concept of vectors prior to our test. So please find a location in your notes to write this down, and then I will give you at the end of this video all the worksheets and resource materials that you need to study prior to the test. So our review notes are, we started with the concept, what is a vector? Whereas a vector is an arrow representing both magnitude and direction. And then we contrasted scalar quantities versus vector quantities. Scalar quantities have size only. It would be meaningless to say, for example, that a temperature was 50 degrees Celsius north. We don't include direction with scalar quantities. And these scalar versus vector contrasts you already have in your notes. But if you don't, you can refer to this video later and get those down so that you'll be prepared. Okay, so next we covered distance as a scalar quantity versus the concept of displacement, which is a new topic for you. And displacement is a vector quantity. So we could take the example of, let's walk to Shipley's and get some donuts. If we walk to and back from the school, that would be the distance. Our feet would feel a certain travel, and we could also look on our phones and see that, oh, we traveled, for example, perhaps a mile there and back total. By adding where we started and where we ended, and then also the distance back to the school, all of that in total would represent the distance. And those are represented, as you can see here, by line segments. So we started at the school, we ended at Shipley's. And then we went traveling, we traveled from Shipley's back to the school. If we walk there and back, our distance, which is the scalar, is the total length. Whereas our displacement, however, would be 0. Now I'm going to stop the tape for a minute and ask you to ponder why. Okay, why is our displacement 0? Well, our displacement is 0 because we started and ended at the same location. And so displacement is simply the difference between the distances. And there is no difference between where we started, the school, and where we ended, also the school. Therefore, our displacement would be a numerical quantity equaling 0. The next thing that we did in class was how to draw and add or resolve vectors. Now these notes are in the worksheet titled Unit 2, Kinematics in 1D, Scalars and Vectors. And this is a very useful note that we took at the beginning of introducing our unit. Now I'm going to stop the tape and we're going to refer to those notes so you can see all the goodness that is in there with regards to this topic.